Hey, what's going on today, guys? Hope everybody had a good 4th of July. I actually got to play golf for the first time in a while. That was awesome. Um, anyway, I just wanted to make this video real quick to talk to mostly the arbitrage guys out there that are, sourcing from different places and then reselling it on Amazon. One thing about arbitrage, if you haven't noticed, if you've been doing it for a while, you will notice very quickly, is that you're constantly having to expand your inventory with different items. It's the only way to make real money on there. Is you can't find one item and then say, okay, that's my moneymaker, I'm going to keep buying it, because whatever sell or whatever price you're getting it at is going to change, or the Amazon sales rank is going to change, or the Amazon price is going to change. So you need more than one item, more than one category, in my opinion. Currently, I'm in grocery, home, clothing, and books doing arbitrage. And I have multiple ones in each one. So my point is that when it comes to arbitrage, you have to take advantage of the seasonal type of attitude. And I don't mean just Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter. I mean every single thing that's coming up. For example, yesterday was the 4th of July, so in the last 2 weeks, I've stocked up on, things for grilling, things for barbecuing, things for whether that was grocery or home or sports and outdoors or whatever. I stocked up as much as I could and had a big day yesterday out of the blue, which was really odd. I thought I'd have a big day like Friday. I did have a big weekend, and then I had a big day yesterday. So, but that's my point, though. I took advantage of the holiday of the 4th of July, just the one day. Okay, so the next one coming up is going to be back to school. So that's the end of this month, first part of August. Some of the items that you need to look for arbitrage there would be textbooks, obviously, if you can find them. That's going to be probably your highest rate of return is on that, if you can find them and you can sell them, because that's the issue with those. But there's a couple that I don't know if people really look at. One is kids' backpacks. So I wanted to show you this brand here. It's called Loungefly. They do Disney, they do Star Wars, they do a bunch of other high-end names. I'll just take the Star Wars part out. I was just going to show you guys something real quick. So you see they got Disney here. If it says Loungefly right here as the brand, you can sell this all day long with no ungating needed. The ones that say Disney on them are sometimes it's kind of hit or miss. I've had some that I could sell and some that I couldn't. But I've noticed that all of them that say Loungefly I've been able to sell. So some of them are out of your rank, out of your rank range probably, but there's a good bit of them that aren't. And those are going to pick up anyway. So that's the thing you got to look into is right now. I'll show you a good example. I found this one under Star Wars Loungefly backpack, right? So I think I clicked on this one here. It's $74.95. Mini backpack. They got the nice little embroidered stuff on it. I mean, you can see it's a pretty good print. Kids love that, But I want you to take the big key to this was this here, the sales chart. As you can see, sold a couple times back in April, and then it's kind of been nothing until the 1st of June, where it started selling again. Why? Because of back to school. A lot of people have already done their back to school stuff, but more people are going to take advantage of it come the end of July. Mid to late July, I would start sourcing this now, like getting it there, because it's going to take a couple of weeks. It may go to FC transfer, it may whatever. You want it to be able to be sold by the end of July. But as you can see in the last month, it sold about 7 to 8 times in the 1 month. And if you come over here, it's only got one prime seller, I think. One prime seller. So you're not battling too many people for this particular one. And, one thing I wanted to show you guys, a lot of people use this site that I'm about to show you for toys and collectibles, but they have a little bit of everything. and it's called EE Distribution. Entertainment Earth is the name of the site, and they have Loungefly for days. I mean, they got more Loungefly than any other place I've seen, actually. So if I just take all that out and put in Loungefly, they got 608 for Loungefly. Everything from Disney to Pokemon to Star Wars, Hello Kitty, just about anything you can think of. And a lot of this stuff is selling pretty good on Amazon. Now, what you're seeing, the prices you're seeing, you're not going to make any money, right? Because, I mean, that one we were looking at was $74. Most of these are $64. You know, that's too much. But what you can do with them, and this is where, you know, maybe I should have made a video before this, but even with retail arbitrage, there's one thing that I think you need to have, and down here where I'm at, it's free. It's a matter of signing up for it, getting your tax information in line or whatever, but it's the resale sales certificate. I've had one for a while now. I've used it for eBay. I've used it for a ton of other things besides Amazon, but it basically keeps you from having to pay tax. But it also, for sites like this, it lets you get wholesale pricing. So see, this is their retail site right here. So if you don't have that, then you're going to pay the $68. But if you get your wholesaler account set up with them, that price drops tremendously. I mean, I don't know. I wish I could give you the exact percentage, but it's different with different items. But here's where you can go to open a reseller account, basically. And there's no minimum order. I mean, you can ship it to your home and then ship it to FBA. I'm working with them right now to see if they'll actually, if I send them the labels, if they'll ship it directly to FBA. But I don't know if they're going to do that or not. I got a good relationship with one of the sales reps that I've dealt with over the years. So I've made most of the stuff on this site I've used for eBay, but I'm trying to get into a lot of it. I'm gated in to sell on Amazon, but these backpacks I'm not. So I was just going to give that as a good example of how you can source these backpacks without having to find them at TJ Maxx. You're not going to find these very often out and about. So, and if you come back to, where was it at? Let me get back out of here. I know, guys, I could probably type it in, but anyway, you come back out here to the actual thing of Star Wars. I mean, there's a lot of these on here, so there's plenty of options to try to source them, and there may be some that's not on here that's on the site that you could create a listing for. So that's your gold mine. It's the ones that you can source and you're the only one sourcing them. And to think that everybody doesn't know about EE distribution, a lot of these guys that are selling these, probably where they're getting them from at the end of the day, or they've got an account directly with Loungefly, which is possible as well. So anyway, that's one thing you can do for back to school is backpacks. It's going to be a big deal coming in July. Another one that's pretty obvious is shoes. You know, and this is the site I use for shoes a lot of the times. For kids' shoes, it kind of varies. You can find them at TJ Maxx, you can find them at Marshalls, places like that. Skechers, remember that, those are big with kids' shoes, the light up shoes. They have a ton of good stuff for kids. And ordinarily, you're not gated in it. So, as you can see, I got 98 options here on Nordstrom Rack is the site. As you can see, these are $29.95. They're usually $65. So if they're selling for $65 on Amazon and they have a decent rank, that's some profit. You know, you're not going to make, with kids shoes, you got to lower your expectations a little bit. With adult shoes, you need to make at least $20, I would think. I don't even source them if it's not $20. But with kids shoes, you got to knock that down because they're cheaper to begin with. So textbooks, backpacks, shoes. Me personally, I would stay away from the smaller items that are going to be on sale anyway, like loose leaf paper notebooks, pens, pencils, stuff like that, because you're not going to be able to get them cheaper than what they're actually going to sell for on Amazon. So stay with like the bigger stuff. I'm working on, I got some backpacks coming in. I'm working on shoes and textbooks now. I don't find a lot of textbooks. I'm near the Memphis area. There's a few colleges around here. And I found a few textbooks, but not, a lot of the ones I find I'm gated in. I can't sell them because of the brand. But I'm trying to go in a little bit harder on this. After back to school is over with, or even before that, I would start sourcing these in August, would be the Halloween stuff. The Halloween stuff's coming up. And that's another thing you can get here at Entertainment Earth, is if I come to Halloween, I just typed in Halloween. There's a ton of stuff on here for Halloween. And like I said, you can't really go by these prices that are on here. This is the retail. I'm not going to sign into my account because I get different prices than a beginner account because I've had one for so long. I mean, it's not way different, but it's enough different for me to want to keep that. You know, they're kind of picky about that. So, but I mean, you've got holiday decor, you've got a little bit of everything. And if I put in like costumes, they have a ton of like cosplay type stuff, whatever one you want to call it. But I mean, they've got, as you can see, Black Panther mask. I mean, they got a little bit of everything for Halloween as well. So keep them in mind for that. And then after that, you're going to be in Q4. You're pretty much in Q4 during Halloween. I try to stay away from the Christmas time other than books and, you know, there's other gifts besides toys, guys. You know, books, shoes, all that stuff is still going to sell good around Q4. Get in whatever category you want to get in now. If you're trying to sell on toys, you better have toys listed now. You better have some sales in toys now, before August, before the end of August for sure. Because they're really strict about who they allow to sell toys in Q4. And for me, I kind of stay away from toys for the most part. I mean, I've sold a few, but mainly because so many, there's higher competition in toys, particularly if it's a good popular one. You know, you've got people that are selling them all the time. So, again, research yourself. Think outside the box. Think of any month in the U.S. Every month has a season. Every month. You know, I've seen the sales trends, and it seems like from say March to like May or June, it kind of bottoms out sales wise. June and July are slow, and then it starts picking up again in August. But you can't let that happen if you were trying to do arbitrage. Even private label, I would say, you know, keep yourself moving throughout the year. And the way to do that is always to mess with the seasons. But when you start talking about seasons, most of the time you hear of Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Easter. You don't think of 4th of July or back to school. Those are seasons as well for a seller. So just something to get your mindset on. And I would definitely try to take advantage of back to school. I know I am. I'm working on getting as many items as I can in there for back to school. And I'm going to ride this summer season as much as I can with grocery because, you know, everybody's grilling here. Everybody's trying to grill. They're wanting to try different things. So, I mean, there's tons of items that are making money. And there's a ton of items regional to me. So, I just want everybody to take the information for what it is. I'm trying not to give you information that you've heard before. And it is good information for me. It may not work for everyone else, but that's, you know, I just want it to be out there for you to use. A lot of people are not telling you this stuff. So get out there, use your mind, man. Get products that you don't, chances are it's already on Amazon. Somebody's thought of it. It's not like I'm the first person to think of, man, I need to source back to school stuff. I just feel like it's not as well known as, say, Halloween or Christmas. But it could be just as lucrative for you. So just something to think about. And I guess I'll get back to you guys later. I do want to make another video coming up. I want you guys to not just, you know, I'm a small channel, not trying to be 2 million subscribers. If it happens, it happens. But I want you guys to really get your information from the right people. and there are a few people on YouTube that are doing it the right way. And I'm going to make that video coming up so that you can get your information from the right people. So talk to you guys later. Hope you have a good weekend.